It's a Minimalist Monday edition of Optimal Living Daily, episode 2026, The Key to Simplifying Your Journey by Julie Freidell with NoSidebar.com, and I'm Justin Malik. Happy Monday and welcome to one of the only podcasts in the world where blogs are narrated to you for free. That's with permission from the authors. And now let's get right to it and start optimizing your life. The Key to Simplifying Your Journey by Julie Freidell with NoSidebar.com. Last week I was sitting on my bedroom floor with my toddler and infant as they played with their toys. I felt on edge, irritated, and annoyed. They weren't the cause of my angst. Taking care of little ones can be stressful at times, but they were behaving and happy, so it wasn't about that. It was about the busyness of my life and neglect of tidying, which caused a catastrophic state of my bedroom. My bed was covered in a pile of unfolded clothes that hadn't moved since they were dropped there in the morning. My dresser had so many papers, toys, and other misplaced items scattered across it. I winced when I looked over at the newborn stroller attachment that was still sitting on the floor, the one that, for some reason, I continued to clean around all week instead of making the effort to find a proper place for it. There were at least 8 framed family pictures that were still wrapped in bubble wrap from our move, laying up against the wall which they were intended to be hung. Several of my previously super organized drawers were left open and also a total mess. This didn't feel like the simple life I thought I was living. My space was cluttered and I felt physically and mentally unwell because of it. I couldn't focus on being present with my kids because I was too worried about all the work I needed to do and had neglected to do for many days. I was angry. I thought to myself, I'm an organized person now. I'm supposed to keep my time, my family, my things on track. What's going on? Have you ever been there before? We have all had days or weeks where everything gets out of hand. It's time to let go of any regret and reevaluate my situation to figure out why my simplifying journey went off track. Are you ready to go there too? If so, here are 5 things that help me get back on track with my journey towards a simple life. Number 1, discard or donate. Chances are if you're finding yourself in a big mess, there are possessions that need to go. The holidays came and went. Your post-holiday sale shopping happened. Did you remember to use the 1 in, 1 or 2 or 3 out rule? If you're bringing in more items, which I hope were necessary items, do yourself a favor and go through what you already had and let the stuff go that's keeping you from making room for what matters. Number 2, give yourself some credit. My relationship with possessions is night and day different from the way it used to be, messy, disorganized, borderline hoarder, and I've worked very hard to get to where I am. The reality is, we all have insanely busy days once in a while, and then the next day is even crazier and your house becomes messy. It happens. Let it go and just know that your mess would be 10 times worse if you hadn't made an effort to simplify. And the fact that you actually care and want to get things in order again, that's what matters. Number 3, reassess your mess. What is the mess made up of? Where did it come from? For me, one of my realizations was that I was trying to do too much in one day. I had a full schedule several days in a row and was alone during the day with the little ones, yet I still decided to wash all of our bedding and all the dirty clothes that morning. I could have waited until the following day to do the bedding, but instead I set unrealistic expectations for myself. Figure out where the mess came from and make a plan to get it under control. Number 4, plan out how you spend your time. Over the weekend, plan out your week and your days. Get your priorities written down on paper and fit in what needs to happen each day. Allow yourself plenty of time for each task that you must finish. Recently, I was feeling stressed that I couldn't find the time for writing. Therefore, my husband and I had to sit down and figure out our schedule to make it work. With a set plan, we can both get work done, personal time in, family activities and household duties figured out. And number 5, stay focused on your intentions. Intentions are needed to achieve your goals. Our intentions give us the motivation to achieve the life we're striving for, but only if we continue to revisit them. My New Year's intentions, not resolutions, involved ways to continually simplify my life to get more out of each day. I reread them to stay motivated. What are your intentions? Do you want to downsize, declutter, and become a minimalist? Do you want to find a better balance with work and home? Whatever you want to change or improve, you have to set those intentions for yourself and realize that the journey never ends. There's no end goal where you just stand there and say, yep, I did it. Now I'm done. No more work for me. I'm a minimalist. It doesn't work that way. You never stop finding ways to improve, never stop traveling that path, and you keep making adjustments when you hit bumps in the road. Just breathe, be forgiving of yourself, and find your motivation to move forward. My intentions revolve around creating an abundance of happiness, health, and love in my life. As long as my family is content, safe, happy, and surrounded by love, we are living an abundant life. Set your own intentions and put in the work that it takes to live a life which continues to grow abundantly in meaning and simplicity. You just listened to the post titled, The Key to Simplifying Your Journey by Julie Freidell with NoSidebar.com. So my days have been pretty busy, especially recently. And one of the last things on my mind is taking a supplement. Though I know it's good for me to make sure I'm getting my vitamins and minerals, it's not an enjoyable experience that I look forward to daily. And in the end, the only habits that last are the ones I enjoy. That's something we've talked about on this show before. That's why Teonan created a range of instant beverages packed with the benefits of 6 functional mushrooms. These delicious drinks are made with potent fruiting body extracts and are not only a pleasure to consume, but provide a wide range of wellness benefits, including improvements to your immunity, gut health, energy, and mental clarity. There are 7 different flavors to choose from, and all of their drinks are USDA organic, vegan, GMO-free, gluten-free, and sugar-free. Visit their website at teonan.com, that's TEONAN.com, and use the code OLD to get 15% off your first purchase. That's teonan.com with code OLD to get 15% off your first purchase. And I have that linked in this episode's description. And thank you to Julie. She's a guest author with NoSidebar.com. I personally can definitely relate to that description she had of looking around and seeing that mess and then feeling physically and mentally unwell because of it. For me, I'm certain there's a direct correlation between how cluttered my general living space is and how cluttered my brain feels. And I'm one of those people that really does not like misplacing or losing things. Not being able to find something drives me a bit crazy. I doubt anyone likes that feeling, but I think it bothers some more than others, and I definitely get really bothered. It just feels like a massive waste of time if I can't find something. And then the feeling that it's maybe lost when it's important adds to that. And clutter makes all of that more likely to happen. Plus, I think clutter takes its toll mentally with time. Now, all that said, some people are pretty satisfied in a cluttered space. I've had friends say that it feels like it helps them creatively. Personally, I don't get that, but to each their own. There's a spectrum with everything, and the goal here isn't to move you from one side of the spectrum all the way to the other side, but more to figure out where you are, determine if you're happy there, and then use some advice in these posts to help move yourself to where you want to be. That's really the goal of this podcast in a nutshell. So keep thinking about it and your life. Have a happy start to your week. Thank you for being here with me and listening every day, and I'll be back tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.